Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Cristo coming at you live.
What's going on, guys? It's me, Rocky Raccoon, a.k.a. Rocksteady, a.k.a. Too Many AKAs. It is August 17th, episode 25. We're getting there, guys. We're halfway to 50. And
25!
Always, Thursday. I haven't seen any comments lately, though.
You know, it's okay, man. It's okay. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I don't care. But let me tell you something about Thirsty Thursdays, all right?
Let's hear it.
So I on Twitter, we still calling it Twitter? We still calling it X? You know what I think we should call it? The X-Files.
The X-Files.
You know why? Because now it's X, right? Now it's X, right? So we can't say we're sending a tweet to somebody anymore, right? Mm-hmm. What we can say is
sending an X-file.
I'm sending the files over.
Sending the
files. So now you have X-Files, bro.
That's some real Hillary Clinton stuff.
Yo,
right
dude,
there,
should
bro.
I DM Elon Musk and be like, yo, I got a idea, you know?
Tweet them out.
Because we can't do that no more.
Send them those files, bro.
Yeah,
Send them those files. What do you guys think?
Files? X-Files.
Are you going to stick with the
X-Files.
Bluebird tweet?
Yeah, I mean, if most of y'all have it already, the update went through, I think, a couple weeks ago.
No, it's just an X. Everyone's like, I can't find the app on my phone. Where is it?
And sometimes you can still see the bird on there, but
it's a glitch.
On my phone, it's still a bird. But I don't know
bird.
if I updated it. I mean, I have an old phone, so I don't know if that matters either, but I need to get a new phone.
I don't know, man.
I just created Instagram, by the way, too. My own personal one, I'm not going to shout it out, y'all.
I need to make one for
in order for me
guys.
To start posting and stuff, I got to get a new phone because my camera broke and stuff like that, so I can't take good quality pictures because I'm going to become an Instagram model, bro.
Yeah, you should, man. Get the new
oh, that's funny.
Get the new iPhone or the new Samsung phone.
I'm an Android guy, bro. Are you? What are you? Apple guy, Android guy?
I'm both. I'd say I'm both. I have Android phone and then Apple computers, but I think I might make the switch to iPhone just because it'll
unify
integrate
everything
with everything.
For you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, either way you go, I feel like everything can be compatible with whatever you purchase down the road. I mean,
I would hope so.
Because when you start young, I guess you could say, like, when you first start on your own, you're going to start buying all kinds of tech and stuff like that. So I think that's going to build what your phone is technically going to be, or build around. Or your phone's going to. You're going to build around your phone, so whatever your phone has. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
It's going to be like how, like, phones are supercomputers, or like.
Well, no, just like says on my Bluetooth. I got a Samsung Bluetooth. You know what I mean? You probably have like a Apple Bluetooth. You know what I mean? Or something like that. But
yeah, like the Apple Pencil.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like if whatever your phone is, you're going to generate towards that. You know?
Okay.
Because I got a tablet.
See what you're saying.
I got a tablet. You got your,
my iPads.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you're gonna be swayed to another side more so than the other because all that stuff's going to be convenient for you.
Right.
It's going to be just plug and play.
Right.
Rather than having to download all this wishy-washy stuff or having to pay for apps.
Yep.
That's the only thing I don't like about Apple is you got to pay for everything.
Yeah.
Android's just like, it's free.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good things and bad things because a lot of free things, you got to watch out what you're downloading and stuff like that too. And you got to watch out what you're doing.
You got to get a virus protector on there.
Yeah, for sure.
And pay for it. Don't be cheap. Pay for it. Get the real deal.
Back in the day, I would always get computers, but people would get new computers and stuff like that. They'd always come with that virus thing, floppy disk or something. But like, you need to download this.
Yeah. Floppy disk, man.
Or a CD, sorry. Or a CD. Back. You know what? I want to say CD because I remember the CDs. Because I remember those being everywhere around my parents' house, like the little 95s, I
remember the floppy disks.
And they're like, you gotta insert this so your viruses don't, your computer don't get viruses. And I was like, no, that's a virus. Don't download that. You know what I mean?
Right, they're going to get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you because of that. But lo and behold, that was to help you. And, so.
Yeah, that's good, though. I mean.
And it's still today, I think, like that, dude. Still today, I'm thinking about, like, people trying to take advantage of me. And not me necessarily, but people getting taken advantage of. You know what I mean?
What I think it really comes down to, Christopher,
shut the hell up, dude.
Advantage of a lot.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh, dude, I got to show you this video.
What are you talking about?
So you all know we're Nuggets fans, right? And so there's this epic video.
Dude, Nuggets fan Jamal Murray and Messi here today.
Yay! Where is this, dude? It was a video of, here it is. Jokic, dude, going to one of his
Caballo races.
Yeah,
Caballo.
in Serbia, yes. And he was with Aaron Gordon, I believe. But yeah, here's the video right here. Look at dude. He's just. If you were to pass this guy, would you think he was MVP, 2-time MVP, and an NBA champion? Would you think
No,
that?
I'd be like, yo, I'd be like, sit on the side. Sit on the side.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's just a humble guy.
And I think in this video you're gonna show everybody.
Yeah.
The video right there next to him, that guy next to him is like one of his like
AG. Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
one in this article that we pull up is like it says like it's in one unlikelihood of a friendship to happen. You know, two people across the world meeting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
becoming friends.
For sure.
Because the video is he's with Jokic in Jokic's backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Which is awesome.
What are the odds of like one sport doing that to unite that kind of people and that kind of friendship? You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? That's kind of cool.
That is super cool, man.
You know?
That's super cool. It just goes to show that, like, no matter where you are, there's always that one person that like has those similar interests as you. You know, when you think you're like, I don't think anyone, is gonna like what I do. You know what I mean? But there's always that one person out there.
Yeah, man. That's why we always talk about like be yourself, be who you want to be. You know, sometimes you lose some of your friends going on the road you want to go. You know what I mean? Everyone's going right. Sometimes you got to go left. You know.
Yeah, that's the hard choices that you got to make when you're getting older and trying to separate yourself from the good and the bad. You know, and that's what's I think is what's going to make you the person you are going forward. You know, those just by the people you surround yourself around.
I mean, especially talking about like people our age, you know what I mean? We're kind of young, kind of getting up age now, you know. We're kind of figuring things out. You got to sometimes leave people in the water and let them trend for themselves because you can't help people drowning in standing water, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that is deep. I mean, I guess no pun intended. You know what I mean? That was deep. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, that's a great analogy, man. I mean, like can't help those who won't help themselves kind of situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there are people out there like that, man. They're just, I don't know if it's their stubbornness or their pride, ego, or what it is. It's just, they won't say that they're wrong. Not necessarily that they're wrong, but maybe they won't ask for help. Which brings me to my next thing is that if you need help, like we always say,
ask for it. It's out there. Go get it. Go find it. You need it. It's there for you.
So in other news, man, you were telling me about something about these, so we always talk about
UFOs sometimes and UAPs.
So I don't think we would be who we are if we didn't talk about these. So.
Flying phenomenons, objects.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 30 right now, so I grew up in that UFO era, Nowadays it's the UAP era,
Right, yeah.
Just same word, different classifications, I think, different kind of things, different age, But this one particular thing we're going to talk about is the Malaysian Air Flight 370. This disappeared in 2014.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that's what you're talking about. The Malaysian airline, the one that went missing, and they only found the black box. Was that right?
I don't know.
Or they didn't even find that?
I don't know if whatever it is, but this article says that they got some security footage or some satellite footage of the flight taking off.
Yeah.
And in midair, there's like some orbs going in circles around the plane.
What?
And then the plane just disappears. And then there's all kinds of footage out there right now. Who knows what's real? Who knows what's fake? But there's all speculations and stuff like that. And then you got like these orbs going around this plane, and then you have like this portal opening. You can't see like the portal opening, kind of? But it kind of like a dimension opening.
Oh, wormhole?
Yeah.
Okay,
its own thing, and boom, and then disappears.
Gone.
Yes.
Let me see.
This should be.
Let me see.
Something similar, so you see the orbs going
dude, they're like
around
circling
like
it.
Yeah,
it's like oh man, yeah, dude. I mean, what else would that be?
Who knows?
That is wild. And then it just disappears, or
eventually.
Oh wait, it goes out of focus here for a second. Okay, now.
But I don't know if it's like, is this
like edited or not? Or
yeah, this is on Newsweek. You see,
it just disappears. I don't know, man. It's always hard to tell if it's doctored or not.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I'm saying too. Is like nowadays you can do all that kind of stuff, so it's kind of like it's conspiracy now.
It's dude. So hear me out on this, or tell me what you think about this. So I've been doing a lot of reading ever since government came out, aliens exist or extraterrestrials or whatever, and so as I'm reading this, I'm seeing other people come out and saying that a lot of the UAPs that we see are ours, the ones that we've built, the ones that we've kind of not necessarily reversed engineered, but the ones that we've made and are not disclosing that to the public.
So I'm okay. So I'm on that baseline, but I don't know if it's ours or something else, because I've also like read some articles and seen some things about these little orbs going back in the ocean to a mothership, or they're always going to the mothership and they don't splash. They don't
Just
make
go right
any.
in.
Yeah. So that kind of like that's on the border of what I'm thinking about too. But the government probably has things like that, and I think like the reverse engineering is like the phones, stuff like that we do have now.
Yeah. Do you think that
Maybe like that technology is something like they had back in the ancient times with the pyramids and stuff, like the hieroglyphs? You see like weird electrical components and things like that.
Yeah. So do you think that we have that technology, or I guess the government does, but we don't want to release it to the public because of huge corporate giants like Shell and people that are
like
making money on oil, fossil fuels, and all that stuff? And because if we had something that was just out there that could get you from point A to point B in literally seconds, was free energy, and nothing wrong, just all
free energy, no gas,
clean.
no
all
oil
clean.
industry gone, gas industry gone.
Do you think that that's also could be a reason that they don't want to like?
I think that starts at Tesla when Nikola Tesla, when he started his whole engineering and stuff like that, because he had all kinds of black projects that got stolen from his apartment building or his building that he was doing research and stuff like that. Because one of his things, he had like an instrument that would like shake a whole building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or there's like some instrument where it was like a big antenna that would free flow energy. So if you had like an electric car, your electric car would be current from this big old tower miles and miles away, free energy. If you're in a plane, the plane would operate off that free energy. You know what I mean? I don't know if a plane would work. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is
just
all
makes you think like
this is all stories written down, and things like that.
Yeah. Can you just
so
imagine?
it does make you think about if the government is hiding things like that, if they don't want us to know and things like that.
Can you imagine having free energy? Like no light bill, no gas bill, no nothing like that.
That's the future we had back in the days, when we were the Jetsons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think that they the old
Spy Kids, bro?
Let's go back to like the Egyptians. Do you think that they had this advanced technology?
I think something like that, man. They had some kind of energy or some kind of source that was so like powerful. They didn't need anything else. All they needed was just the bare minimal things for human beings to survive and be lavished and live a lifestyle of that. You know what I mean? Because nowadays you have to work to get
to work more than 40 hours a week.
For happiness, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Some people, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person you are,
Yeah.
Unless
different ways you can look at that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's harder to live off grid, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Free energy off grid, like solar panels and stuff like that nowadays.
Right. I just hope that either we at an older age or my son or his generation gets to see some part of that, some part of like the civilization becoming prosperous and where a dollar is just not gonna when a dollar is just it's gonna get you more. It might not even be a dollar, then it may be some other form of currency or trade. You know what I mean?
A lot of things want to go like cryptocurrency or like non physical currency.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just hope that. You know what I'm trying to say? I just hope that like when he gets older or his kids get older, it's going to be a lot different than now. It's going to be less of a hardship. You know what I mean? Like less droughts, less poverty, less world hunger.
Hard times.
Yeah. And I feel like we could be there. Like our generation could be there if it wasn't for so many people being greedy and, wanting us to stay on like fossil fuels, oil, instead of like water.
Yeah, people definitely. I mean, greed can come from all kinds of ways, being small to something big. I mean, if you got more to share it, things like that. But who knows? You know what I mean? But everyone has different mindsets, you know what I mean?
True.
So
very true.
And I think the government. I think the government wants just to control everybody because they want to govern everybody. Obviously, government they want to govern and control everybody. And it's easy for the government to give out handouts and stuff like that because everybody's putting their hand out, and they've been getting it recently because COVID and stuff like that. So it's a lot easier for people to start putting their hand out and be like, oh, okay, the government's going to help us. Well, yeah, the government's going to help us, but we don't really want the government helping us in the first place. You know what I mean? They're there to help us out, but not there to
that goes
dictate
deep.
our life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that goes deep.
Make us. We shouldn't have to have the government hovering over us to be happy.
Yeah, it's like Big
having
Brother
their hand in our pocket, so to say.
Yeah.
Big Brother over you. There you go.
It's crazy because on that note, and us, we're always talking about conspiracy theories, things like that. So this is going to kind of go down another rabbit hole. But so you heard us on our last podcast. We talked about Maui fires. One of the worst being the Lahaina fire.
Yeah.
And I guess a whole bunch of stuff is coming out now of residents there saying that the alarms didn't go off until it was too late, and some people saying that the water was even shut off, so they couldn't even wet their houses, wet their homes, or attempt to fight, combat the fire.
Sure.
And it just makes you think what is that about?
And I read an article 2 days ago, maybe yesterday, I forget, but it says they're still on media ban right now. It's on media ban. They still can't cover it right now, or that area or that section or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, see that?
That's
what is that about?
The things with the sirens, like you were saying, they didn't have any deterrent or detection. It was too late for them to do anything.
Right. Right.
I don't know, man.
And there's a lot of speculation going on right now on how it started.
Well, we talked about the land grab because that land was sacred. That land was worth it. That land's worth billions and stuff like that.
Billions and billions of dollars.
Other people's eyes and things like
that.
Right. So.
Yeah. And it just so one of my theories is that if they wiped out that whole plot, let's call it a plot, and then they just made it this huge tourist attraction, hotels, stuff like that. Like how Hawaii is, in a sense, in certain places, just because it would bring money into these.
Yeah, the thing is people. Who is doing that? Because the people, the people that've been there for so long, the reason why they're there is because they didn't want to sell out.
Right.
Their homestead, like we said in the video before, they have ceremonial, stuff going on around there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got ancient sites that's been there for so long. They got all kinds of things that've been there for so long, and it's their life. It's the way of the land, and now
that's their culture.
Something's going on, man.
Yeah. Did you see how much money the government is going to give them?
Pretty much pennies compared to what we're giving to Ukraine.
Yeah. So they're going to give each family or resident there an estimate around $500 to $700, which equivalates to 1.6 million.
Yeah, something small.
Something small.
I think it was something I seen something that said 4.
Still, yeah.
But that's still pretty small to that.
And hear me out. I understand that Ukraine it's a war going on out there. I understand that.
We've seen those videos of those people living and having parties and stuff in Ukraine like that. So I don't understand.
Right. So maybe just 50-50. You know what I mean? 50 to the U.S. state, and then 50 to Ukraine. Because they do need help. They do need our
and
also
they're saying that there's what was it, a natural disaster training facility a few miles down the road or down the island or down the way. Yeah, that specialize in natural disasters just like this. And they said there's no one helping us. There was no one helping them.
No way.
So maybe I could find that video and send it to you.
Yeah.
And have you guys figure and read that article and stuff like that. But I was like, holy cow, what's going on? And I understand there's we're I think Benjamin Franklin said after everything's going on, the United States is going to be the police of the world. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Just like that. Do you think it'd be a good police or bad cop?
See, that's hard to see too. So we're always switching it up, and I'm always talking about those cops on YouTube, those auditor cops,
right?
Those oddities, those people that go up to cops and be like, "Yo, you can't search me, you can't do this," or you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's something like, man, I don't know what the heck is going on, man.
Yeah, that'd be kind of it's a hard thing to grasp, really, because us being U.S. citizens, we want to be the best of the best, but in other people's eyes, they're like, nah, you're not the best of the best if you really knew what your government was doing. But, who's to say what they really are doing? I know it's kind of getting a little twisted there, but.
You know what? Talk about so what's crazy is like they let us, or they let these companies make all kinds of foods for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even pronounce half the stuff they're putting in our food.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another big
Now,
thing.
if you go over the border to Canada, there's like strict policies on what they can put in their food there. So like all the ingredients on their side, same company, is like more beneficial, more bent to the human body than you come over here on this side of the border. Then you have like maybe that's why it's cheaper.
Yeah, that could be it.
Maybe that's why it's cheaper, because they put all this other stuff in there. I was thinking that too. That's why you have like a 99-cent store.
Right.
They have all these preservatives and chemicals in them to make them last longer. Stuff like that. You go over.
But
I was reading that article, reading some stuff like that too. So
yeah, it makes sense a lot, because a lot of people that are like, man, we don't have a lot of stuff that you guys have. And it's like, that's for a reason. You don't want it. They make it look tasty and delectable.
Yeah, like advertisements on cereal. I mean, like when we go down to Mexico and stuff like that, you can tell the advertisement's different.
Oh, yeah.
They got like calorie counts right on the front and things like that,
Yeah, us, we're trying to hide it, or, it's something like
small corner in the bottom right.
Yeah, it's the part you have to rip off to open
peel
it,
here,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't want to say corners being cut, but there's a lot of stuff being hidden. You know what I mean? Like that red dye 40 stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who's to know if that's a real thing or not? But you know what a real thing is, man?
Tell me something real, man.
Or maybe maybe it's not real. But pickles. You think pickles are real?
Pick up a jar of pickles and tell me something about it.
Pick up a jar of pickles, man, and it doesn't say pickle on it.
Like kosher and Val?
Yeah.
Deal?
Yeah, so what do you think? I mean, obviously, I think
I seen that article, man.
Real.
I seen that article.
Come from cucumbers.
And I was like, what the heck? But
just another thing that makes you think. You're like, wait.
No, man, it's a pickle. Pickles are pickles, dude.
Pickles are pickles. What do you guys think? You think pickles are real? I think so, but
tell me about
the world may never know.
Tell me about that watermelon snow you were telling me about.
Watermelon snow.
Tell me, people, if this is real.
This is real. It sounds weird. Let me take a look at something. Watermelon snow turning mountain pink and red in Utah. Okay. Supposedly, here, let me show you this video real quick. Supposedly, it has something to do with algae and just how everything's formed. But it looks like watermelon, dude. Makes you want to go out there and eat it. It's probably not safe, like the blue algae.
It looks
toxic algae.
It looks like pink sliced. When you showed me that video, it looked like Himalayan pink salt is what it looks like.
Yes, Himalayan pink salt.
So
that's
when
what
they call it
like.
watermelon snow, it's about like Himalayan. It's like salt snow. It's like pinkish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is. It's an algae that creates that pink pigmentation on there. But yeah, it's weird. Like it's just weird stuff.
It's algae, and then like on up on top of the mountain, it's like a factory.
Yeah.
It's like a paint factory.
Yeah, no one.
It's like a paint factory, and it's like the whole Barbie movie's coming out right now, so they're pumping a whole bunch of product for the Barbie.
Gosh, dude,
Barbie
that would
movies
be crazy.
And Barbie products and stuff like that.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if like 10 years down the road, they're like, oh, by the way, it wasn't algae, it was glitter.
Oh yeah.
It's That's super toxic, and a lot of people are there sick now because of consuming the snow that looked like watermelon.
Watermelon.
Post
Malone.
Here's another funny thing, dude. I guess everyone's heard of Cocaine Bear, right? You've heard of Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
I haven't watched the movie. Did you?
No. There's two versions of it. There's like a documentary of the real bear that happened. It's like a real documented thing. Obviously, I just said documentary about it. And then like the movie that came out about it. So
I heard it was pretty good, but on a real note, there's now cocaine sharks. Cocaine shark attacks are, yes, a real thing.
So no more tornado sharks, y'all. This is cocaine shark.
Can you imagine being attacked by a shark that is all
just bit into a bundle of cocaine,
just a kilo of cocaine
attacking you?
Dude, there'd be nothing left. That makes me even more afraid of the ocean. I mean, I hate the ocean, and I'm definitely scared of
can go on
the deep
cruise
blue.
ships, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's out there.
Yeah. Now I'm just like, that's like going to be like a complex of mine now. I'm like, dude, no, there's cocaine sharks out there.
What percentage of the world do you think is covered in water?
Like
I
75%.
was thinking 70s too.
It's something like
I
that. It
think
may
it's
be
like
80.
70s. Yeah.
It may be something like
But
that. There's a lot.
and then like majority of us human population lives close to the water,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you got like everybody else.
Yeah, yeah,
And we don't know what's in the water. We know more about the moon than the water.
yeah.
Like we still see like giant fish coming out because the new cameras and technology we can go deeper and deeper.
They keep finding all kinds of
Weird
new stuff.
fish.
They found a fish down there that looked like an octopus, but it had like 20 legs on it. I guess one is tentacles. They classified it as legs.
They got like worms down there.
Yeah, man, the worm, like killer worms.
They got
They'll
like
eat
things
you.
down there with no eyes.
They got things on there with light bulbs, more
Neons.
electricity than we do.
Neon bodies.
Do you think that there's the possibility of there being like megalodons still out there somewhere?
I don't know. We would have probably seen those by
You think
now.
so? I mean,
Like the Loch Ness Monster. Remember that growing up? Old
yeah,
Nessie?
I still think that's a thing, dude.
Old Nessie?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you're crazy. Dude.
No, I mean, like, I think that's like a thing still that's in the.
Didn't they try to like drain that pond or something like that? And they put so much sonar and they seen canals
No.
and
I don't
canals.
think it's been drained. Lake Loch Ness?
Maybe like
Lake Loch Ness?
maybe like photographed.
Mhm.
You know, they like, oh yeah, this is where it used to lay down. Remember those
Right,
old
yeah.
school, shows like
Yeah.
Bigfoot?
No, I think there's still people that talk about it. Like, people still talk about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And people that say that there's dinosaurs in the Congo, you know?
Yes.
But there was, speaking of dinosaurs, there was I did read this thing that they found a perfectly preserved dinosaur egg with an embryo in there.
Oh man, I read across that too, and I was like, what the heck? What are they gonna do with it?
I don't know. I just want it to be like, oh yeah, by the way, they are
They
chickens.
hatch it and it's a chicken. I was
Yeah,
thinking the
they're
same
chickens.
thing. I was like, they hatch it and it's a
But
chicken.
I think about that all the time, but I think chicken bones don't fossilize. So I don't know if that theory kind of holds up. But still, they had feathers. I mean, I think we've proven
for
that
sure
much.
had feathers because
Mhm.
I remember watching that Joe Rogan guy. I think his name is Jeremy Reeves too, in
Mhm.
Alaska, the boneyard.
Yes.
And the Alaskan boneyard or something like that. And then he was digging out all these tusks, and one of the tusks had like a blue, pink, or blue yellow feather in it or something like that.
Mhm.
And they're like, you want to carbon date it? He's like, if I carbon date it, then they're just gonna obliterate it because you
True.
gotta like you gotta do something to carbon date it, and it's gonna like,
Oh, and it just
yeah. So
destroys
he's like,
the-
I don't
yeah.
want to carbon date because it's in a tusk. You know how old that tusk is? Yeah, me either. It's
Old.
that old. Yeah.
Old.
Yeah.
Speaking of mammoths, I also read another thing that they are trying to reintroduce the extinct woolly mammoth into the
I've
wild.
seen that too. What the? It's like gonna be a big elephant with hair.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to be. Supposedly it's going to be next year, and well, maybe not next year, 2025 maybe, but they're going to artificially impregnate like an Asian elephant, Indian elephant, because that's like the closest relative to them. And then we're just going to have woolly mammoths, man.
Dude, this is not okay, man.
It's going to be like
That
Jurassic
thing is
Park.
gonna have diseases that we cannot fight.
I don't know, man. It's pretty wild to think if it does happen, man. I want to try to eat it. Would you try to
Expensive.
eat it?
Couldn't afford it.
You think it'd be like Wagyu beef and stuff? Like grade A, top of the line,
Probably be like a bison.
like bison, expensive like that? I don't know, man. Would you try woolly mammoth? Would you eat it? Let me know. Yes? No?
You don't even eat onions.
I eat onions now.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about them.
Sometimes. You guys out there in the audience. If you guys hear anything else interesting, like we always say, please leave some comments and some stuff like that, and we'll do our
Yo, did you
own
hear about
research.
this? Did you hear about that? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Talk about this. Talk
Today,
about that.
I want to I'm hyped up about this new Call of Duty coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Modern Warfare 3.
Yes.
The new, we're thinking the new Zombies map dropped today.
I'm hoping
Not
it
too
did.
sure.
I'm hoping it did. If you want to
hit
play
us
some
up.
zombies, hit me up.
ONTXC. ONTIXC.
Auntie33. ONTI 33.
Heck yeah, man.
Heck yeah. But that's all we got for today, Misfits. Catch you guys later. Peace.